Victim was found and what we know so far about any leads on suspects. Plus, early voting is underway in Southeast Texas. What officials are encouraging voters to do before heading to the polls to save time. And Beaumont is getting a new Mid-America League baseball team. And Derek Jones, he is live with a preview of today's big announcement. 12 News Daybreak starts now. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for waking up with us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong. Tia, she has the morning off. Your time is now 7:01, so let's go ahead and get a first look at your weather with meteorologist Jeff Gerber. And here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network above Beaumont. Starting to see some pretty colors as that sunrise is approaching. Jeff Gerber standing by with today's forecast.
Yeah, temperatures out there this morning nice and mild. We're generally into the 60s, except for Silsbee at 71. We're seeing some middle to upper 60s across the area. 69 in Port Arthur now, and also in Beaumont, 68 in Woodville, and then 67 in Orange. Kirbyville's at 64, Jasper currently at about 66. We just showed you the shot from Packard the Prairie. It's looking at the port of Beaumont for this morning. Sun's getting ready to come up. I used to have a few clouds out there this morning. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing numbers into the lower 70s downtown. We'll see highs shoot up into the upper 80s before the front pushes through during the afternoon, and you can see about a 40% coverage of showers and thunderstorms today with that front. So some folks could pick up a quick, say, 1/10 of an inch to maybe a 1/2 an inch across the area, and might see a few heavy downpours. A couple of thunderstorms possible, but not really expecting any severe weather or anything like that for today. As we get into tonight, into the next few days, it'll be dry, and then we have another shot of rain coming up as we head towards the weekend. We'll look at that, of course, coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff. Port Arthur police, they are trying to figure out what led up to a shooting last night in the 3800 block of 15th Street. This all happening around 7:30 p.m. Now, police, they found a victim about a block away on Gulfway Drive, and investigators at the scene, they told us that that victim was taken to St. Elizabeth, but as of now, no word yet on any suspects or motive. Well, a memorial service was held for Jasmine Newman yesterday. She was shot and killed in 2019 at a party in Port Arthur. Police saying that she was in the wrong place in the wrong time when she was caught in the crossfire, and 6 years later, her killer still hasn't been found. Now, every year on the anniversary of her death, Jasmine's mother holds a service in her memory. She says that she won't stop looking for answers.
You killed my child, she's gone. But I still, as a mama, just gonna keep on pushing till we find who did this. And I'm not gonna stop at all till you turn yourself in.
Police Chief Tim Duraso, he previously told 12 News that this case has gone cold, but detectives still refuse to give up. 12 News is your election headquarters, and today's the second day of early voting in the November general election. Voters in Beaumont, they're going to find a long and for some confusing ballot, including several bond propositions and those 17 state constitutional amendments. Now, city leaders, they're encouraging voters to look over sample ballots before heading to the polls. 12 News reporter Spencer Plato, she spoke with voters who are making sure that they're informed.
It's especially complicated this time because not only do we have state propositions, but we have this local bond issue.
Beaumont voters like Carol Flatten are doing their homework.
You need to pick up a sample ballot and read it and study it and discuss the pros and cons.
2 pages front and back, filled with 17 state amendments, 5 bond propositions, and a hotel venue tax.
Yeah, I try to do my homework and not go in uninformed. There was just the state amendments and then the city propositions, so it's fairly easy.
Beaumont City Clerk Tina Broussard says because of the complex nature of some of the items on the ballot, voters might get easily confused.
It has been very confusing. I've had to read it more than once to understand exactly what it is that they're asking us to vote for. So there's just a little bit of education that we're trying to ask all of citizens to kind of educate yourself before you get into the ballot.
Broussard says you can print out a sample ballot or pick one up at the Beaumont City Clerk's office and at the Jefferson County Clerk's office. She says you can even bring a sample marked ballot with you to the booth.
Look at your sample ballot, look at your constitutional amendments, look at the bonds the propositions that we have for the City of Beaumont's bond, and anything else that you're eligible to vote for in your city or your ward, because remember, this is a countywide election.
Flatten agrees, saying preparation is key when there is much to decide.
This is very important to the City of Beaumont, whether any or all of them pass or don't pass, that we make the decisions on what's going to happen in our city.
And polling sites open at 8 this morning. Early voting runs until the Friday after next, 31st. All right, let's talk about some of those 17 state constitutional amendments. You're going to see them at the top of your ballot before you get to the propositions or elections that only affect your local community. Now, a majority, they focus on cutting property taxes for homeowners and businesses. Now, some measures, they also include funding for specific water projects, technical colleges, even dementia research. There's another amendment that covers changes to pretrial bail and another one that focuses on parental rights. So you can read more about what each proposition is going to look like on our website, 12newsnow.com. Also, a reminder that Port Arthur voters are going to see Proposition A on the ballot, and this would allow the city's economic development to use some of its sales tax for certain projects like parks, housing, water, and job growth. Now, this is not a bond and it's not a tax increase either, so you can read more about Prop A on our website. And 12 News has put together a comprehensive voting guide. Just text the word VOTE to 409-838-1212 right there on your screen, and we will send it all straight to your phone. Election Day is Tuesday, November 4th. Well, longtime Sour Lake Mayor Bruce Robinson announced his resignation earlier this month, and tonight the City Council has a loaded agenda for its 6 p.m. meeting. There are several discussions mentioned in the agenda, from appointing a new mayor and alderman to possibly nominating and appointing a mayor pro tem. Of course, we'll keep you updated. All right, across the nation now, if any of your services like Venmo, Amazon, or certain social media platforms just weren't working yesterday, well, you're not alone. Millions were left in the dark after an issue came up with Amazon's web service, or AWS. Now, Cheryl Hubbard has details on the global disconnect.
AWS sits in the middle of everything.
Banking and payment apps like Venmo, online games including Fortnite, social media platforms such as Snapchat and Facebook, Amazon linked smart devices in homes, all affected Monday in a mass internet outage. Disney Plus and Hulu reported issues. Delta and United Airlines also impacted. The outage blamed on an issue with Amazon Web Services, or AWS.
We've designed everything to work with this constant connectivity. And when you pull that big plug, everything basically becomes dumb.
Problems were first reported overnight and persisted for several hours before the problem was thought to be fixed, but issues persisted throughout the day. By Monday afternoon, Amazon said its systems were mostly back online.
DNS failure happened within Amazon. That essentially caused a chain link effect throughout all of Amazon's servers, starting with a core server in Northern Virginia. Now, it's a huge, huge issue because this one little failure caused a huge swath of the internet to go down.
One expert says the financial impact of the outage could total hundreds of billions of dollars. According to the market research firm Gartner, Amazon Web Services accounted for 37% of the global cloud market share in 2024, giving it a critical role in supporting the World Wide Web.
There's going to be questions asked about, okay, so what are you going to do to prevent this from happening again?
I'm Cheryl Hubbard reporting.
Well, Beaumont's getting a new semi-pro baseball team, and all of Southeast Texas will benefit from that. There's going to be a media conference today at the Spindletop Museum, revealing the team's new name and logo. And 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he is live from Lamar's Vincent Beck Stadium with more. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Mark. I'm here at the Vincent Beck Stadium here at Lamar University, where the future baseball team will be playing. That new team is going to be a part of the Independent Professional League, giving local players a time to shine. Now, the league has been in talks since last year, with Lamar University spearheading the idea of starting a semi-pro baseball team here in Beaumont. With this being an independent baseball team, the team is going to play against other cities in the league, like Abilene, Texarkana, Joplin, Missouri, and more. General manager of the new team, Mike Murrick, says this is an opportunity to bring local baseball to Beaumont's front door.
family-friendly experience with big league entertainment, and you don't have to drive long distances to go to a sporting event. Obviously there's great football here, there's great baseball here at Lamar, but we want to be an extension to that during the summer.
Murick says he's received a lot of feedback since the announcement back in May, with many fans saying they've been waiting for a new team. The games will be hosted at Lamar University. As of now, we don't have a set roster, season schedule, or ticket sales prices, but we're just excited to be getting a new team here in Beaumont. Again, a press conference will be held at the Spindletop Museum at 10:30 a.m. Reporting at the Vincent Beck Stadium, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, we're excited about that. And still ahead here on 12 News Plus, we all know that getting uninterrupted sleep is important. Does your body position make a difference? An expert weighs in. Plus, a new jack-o'-lantern lobster is caught in Massachusetts just in time for Halloween. Your trending news is coming up. Your time's now 7:11.
Share your pics and video with 12 News. Just go to the Near Me tab inside the 12 News Now app and click Share with Us.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I wouldn't say that I was like a partier, but I would say that I was a social butterfly. So we would just always drink. That night, I went through a red light and I T-boned another vehicle. And I just remember thinking like, oh no. Right after the DWI, I lost my license and I did 30 days in jail. I could have killed him because I decided to be reckless. I have a ton of regrets. I'm Katie. 5 years ago, I got a DWI and I'm still paying for it every day.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, "Don't mess with Texas" means don't litter.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn here with one of the most important hurricane tips, having an evacuation plan. First, gather food, water, and medicine before storing it in an emergency kit. Plan well in advance where you're going, how you'll get there, and if you'll need to transport any pets, small children, or the elderly. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Good morning. We have some cloud cover in some spots of southeast Texas. Other spots we're seeing mostly clear skies. Look at the cloud cover up towards Jasper as we look out with our Roosevelt 911 live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Provalis, but you can see mostly cloudy skies, almost clouded over there in the Jasper area to start off on this Tuesday morning. Other areas we're just seeing some partly cloudy skies to mostly clear skies, especially down here around the triangle. No rain out there, but we do have a little bit of cloud cover here and there. We were expecting, though, rain to come up later on this afternoon, so I would take the umbrella before you head out the door. Once again, look at there. Here's Port Arthur, and you can see hardly any clouds in Port Arthur. We have mostly clear skies. This camera brought to you by Market Basket. Temperatures right now in the 60s, 68 right now in Woodville, 66 in Jasper, 64 in Kirbyville, 67 in Orange. Beaumont's at 69, Port Arthur currently at about 69. Here's the front. It's to our north as it comes southward today into southeast Texas. We are expecting to see some scattered showers and thunderstorms, about a 40% coverage. So there is a weather impact for today as far as late afternoon into the evening, or at least early evening. We could see some of those scattered showers and thunderstorms, maybe a half an inch in some spots. You probably want to download the 12 News app if you haven't already and check the radar there during the afternoon if you have to be out and about. Our futurecast showing temperatures climbing up into the lower 80s by 10 a.m. and then as we get into the lunch hour, we'll be in the middle 80s. And really, it's after lunch that we start to see most of the activity as far as scattered showers and thunderstorms. That's when the front's going to be passing through late in the afternoon, early evening. By, say, 6, 7 o'clock, it should be down towards the coast, so most of the rain should be moving out into the Gulf. As we head into this evening, temperatures back down into the 70s. Eventually, we'll fall off into the 50s and 60s going into tomorrow morning, so a little bit cooler tomorrow morning. Out of the Caribbean, still watching that area of disturbed weather. Right now, they're going 90% chance of development here over the next 48 hours to 7 days. This could be tropical storm or maybe even Hurricane Melissa as we go through the next 24 hours or so. Right now, it does not look like it's going to be moving up into the Gulf. It's going to maybe take a turn to the north. We'll have to wait and see. But nothing indicates it's going to be up towards the northwestern Gulf where we live. Our forecast for today, mostly cloudy, 40% coverage of scattered showers and storms. Temperatures in the middle to upper 80s. And then for tonight, back down into the lower 60s and middle 50s. So a nice cool start as we head into your Wednesday morning. Wednesday high of 81 looks like a beautiful day. Thursday a little warmer at 84. And then we see a next chance of rain coming for the weekend, especially Saturday. Saturday, 70% coverage of scattered showers and thunderstorms with temperatures right around 80. The rain should be moving out of here, but early Sunday morning, Monday looks dry at 83.
All right, Jeff, well, our game of the week is the greatest rivalry in high school football in the nation. That's according to Sports Illustrated. It's the Mid-County Madness. It's finally upon us. The Port Neches Groves Indians, they're going to face off against the Nederland Bulldogs this Friday, and nothing is out of reach for either team. Kickoff is 7 p.m. at Bulldog Stadium. Also, don't forget to vote in the Band of the Week. It's going to be up to you to decide if it's going to be the Indians or the Bulldogs band that takes home the bragging rights this week. So be sure to cast your vote at 12newsnow.com/band. All right, in your health news, it is a critical part of our overall health, but 1 in 3 U.S. adults, they don't get the recommended amount of uninterrupted sleep each night. And one expert says that it may have something to do with the way you sleep. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither explains why your sleeping position matters.
It's a basic human need. Sleep helps restore the body, and not getting enough good quality sleep can actually make you sick.
We tend to develop chronic diseases.
Sleep neurologist Dr. Nancy Foldberry with Cleveland Clinic says your position in bed may affect whether you get a good night's sleep, especially if you have certain medical conditions.
Probably 30% of men, 10% of women in their middle-aged years have sleep apnea, and the prevalence of that increases as we get older.
Foldberry recommends sleeping on your side if you have obstructive sleep apnea or other chronic conditions like heart failure or arthritis. And if you have acid reflux, she says sleep on the left side. Not sleeping on your back can help keep airways clear.
I'm sure we can all resonate with the story of the loud snorer on their back and the bed partner does the elbow to get that person to roll over onto their side.
If you have chronic nasal congestion or have a deviated septum, Foldberry says side sleep is also recommended. If one side of your nose is more stuffy than the other, she says to sleep on the side that allows the blocked nostril to be upright. Sleeping with your head slightly elevated can also help.
I've got many patients who sleep much better on their right side than their left side, and it's not clear why, but you're aiming to sleep in the position that is going to make you feel the most refreshed.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
And side sleep not recommended if you have shoulder pain, but it is advised for other chronic pain like neck or knees. So in addition to a good quality memory foam pillow, sleeping with a thin pillow between your knees, it can help your body stay symmetrical as well. All right, it's 7:19. Time for your trending news, and just in time for Halloween, a lobster in costume. That's right, a rare crustacean was caught in a trap, but now lives at the Northeastern University Marine Science Center. And meet jack-o'-lantern, or Jackie for short, this calico lobster. Now 1 in 30 million. She was caught off the coast of Massachusetts, her striking orange and black coloring sending her right to the university's Marine Science Center. Experts say that this could be a genetic trait, and researchers at the Northwestern University there, they hope to look into that. Well, some critters that are familiar to Texans, they got into the spooky spirit at a zoo in Rhode Island. That's right, footage of the Roger Williams Park Zoo shows armadillos absolutely chowing down on some festive treats. The zoo took to X, writing, "When I say I really like pumpkin, this is what I mean." And our armadillos had a real gourd time carving into their pumpkin with enrichment-filled buggy treats inside. Now, hard to say whether armadillos are considered cute. Well, frankly. And Disney may have mastered the art of bringing animals to life through the magic of animation, but one pup's real-life smile is warming hearts across the nation. ABC's Danny New has that story.
No one can stop me.
Is it just me, or is this dog smiling at us right now?
Are you happy every morning when you wake up because you see this?
I am, yeah. I really am.
This is Bella, a 14-year-old wiener dog in Tampa whose mouth seems to slant itself just enough to appear like a little grin above her chinny chin chin.
For as long as I can remember, yeah, she's had this little smirk.
You can ask the flowers, I sit for hours.
Now, how did this happen? Well, her pal Melanie here says their family's best guess at this resting smile face is Bella's missing tooth in a very specific spot.
See, there's no tooth on this side up top, and that's where her lip is always sitting.
However, Melanie says over time, Bella's smile has actually gotten even bigger as she's lost more teeth in her golden years. Also, speaking of her golden years, Bella has found fame in the last 2.
Now somebody, anybody, everybody screwed!
With videos like these picking up millions of views on social media. One commenter writing, "Okay, well, this is the cutest dachshund I've ever seen. P.S. Don't tell my dachshund."
Did you think that her smile was that unique?
I really didn't. No, I didn't. I mean, I loved it, but I didn't think it was like that quirky and unique to where everyone would be interested in it.
And even though, yes, Bella may be getting up there in age, she still loves to splash around in those clear Gulf waters. While, of course, still reserving the right to be pushed around in her throne.
Just every time I look at her face, I'm like, you can't be real. You're a stuffed animal. I mean, basically her face is just 3 black dots, right? It's like her eyeballs and her nose and then her little smirk. It's the funniest thing.
Danny New, ABC News, New York.
So cute. All right, well, here's a live look outside from our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. Now looking at the skies at Port Arthur. Your time, 7:22. Jeff, he's going to be right back with another look at your forecast.
This is a tornado on the ground.
And the roads are slippery.
We have a tropical storm warning.
Look at this water.
Street flooding in Beaumont.
It is going to get extremely cold.
The metal building blew away from a business.
Staying safe behind the wheel is imperative.
Find a safe spot, move to an interior room.
Just make sure you're staying safe.
On Weather Impact Alert Days, stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs, working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
409 Sports. To us, it's about so much more than a highlight, wins or losses.
It's the heart that makes up the game, the triumph of the human spirit.
It's agony and victory, diehards and day ones. It can divide or unify a community.
We give you the stats, but then we inspire you with the stories. The unpredictable, unforgettable, and incomparable.
We bring it to you all because sports lives in the 409.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip. Stay connected. Sign up for free emergency alerts from your local county and plan on to monitor the latest local weather and news at 12newsnow.com. Being aware of any new information will be invaluable. And finally, know the types of alerts you may receive. A watch means be prepared, while a warning means act. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
Welcome back. Students at Vincent Middle School, they are turning good grades and behavior into good books, and it's all thanks to a new book vending machine unveiled this week. The project is a partnership between Beaumont ISD, United Way, and ExxonMobil, and it gives students the chance to earn golden tickets. They can trade those in for free books to build their own collections.
The students are able to earn tokens that they're then able to spend in the vending machine in order to either start a home library or build on an existing home library. They can get the tokens through a variety of different activities. It might be attendance related, behavior, good grades, as a reward to be able to essentially earn a book.
And Vincent Middle School is the first secondary campus in Beaumont ISD to receive one of these vending machines. District leaders say that they hope to expand the program to more schools soon.
Heading out the bus stop, mild out there this morning. Temperatures in the 60s, warm and 84 at recess. And then on the way home, you could run into a few scattered showers or storms with temperatures into the middle 80s. Along the coast today, a southwesterly wind at 5 to 10 knots, seas around 2 feet. Next high tide is 4:32 for this afternoon. Look for a light chop on the inland lakes and bays today. Once again, we'll see maybe a possibility of some scattered showers and storms very late in the afternoon. Our sunrise was at 7:23 just a few minutes ago. Our sun sets at 6:39. You can see winds out of the south at Texas Point. Water temperature right now into the lower 80s. Looks like after today, a couple of dry days. Another chance for rain coming in for the weekend. We'll look at that coming up in weather.
Coming up on Daybreak here on 12 News Plus, does the punishment fit the crime? The questions we're asking about why child sex offenders can get away with probation. Plus, big announcements expected today about Beaumont's new semi-pro baseball team. That's right, Derek Jones, he is live with a preview. And if you love stargazing, why you might want to look up this week during an expected meteor shower and double comet encounter. Your time's now 7:27. We'll be right back with more news and weather. Good morning, Southeast Texas. Thanks for joining us here on Daybreak on 12 News Plus. I'm Mark Armstrong. Tia, she has the morning off. Time is now 7:30. Let's go ahead and take a look at your top stories this morning. First up, we now know the name of the 57-year-old woman in Nederland who was killed in a house fire Sunday morning. This happened on South Killarney in Beauart Gardens. Now, Justice of the Peace Brad Burnett, he says that Deidre Bell was trapped inside, though other family members, they were able to escape. Now, the cause of this fire is still being investigated. The University of Texas professor was ousted, or a University of Texas professor was ousted from his administrative post because of ideological differences. Art Markman, he was a professor of psychology and marketing, and he served as the senior vice provost for the academic affairs until September. Now, he is still listed as a faculty member on the university's website, but it no longer shows him as a member of the administrative staff. And Christus Health honored 5 Southeast Texas organizations yesterday with more than $300,000 in grants to support community health programs. This funding comes from the Christus Community Impact Fund. Among this year's recipients is Catholic Charities of Southeast Texas, which helps feed hundreds of families each month. All right, let's go and take a live look outside now from our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network as we look at Orange. And we've got Jeff Gerber standing by with today's forecast.
Out the door this morning, you're going to run into 60s, so it's nice and mild out there this morning. We're looking at anywhere from some cloudy skies up towards Jasper to some mostly clear skies here around the Triangle. 69 right now in Beaumont and Port Arthur, 66 in Orange, Kirbyville and Jasper at 64, and then 68 as you look over towards Woodville. Outside, at least here around the Triangle, like I said, we have mostly clear skies. There's the sun finally starting to come up, getting later and later each day. This is the view from Pack of the Prairie as we look at the Port of Beaumont on this Tuesday morning. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing temperatures into the lower 70s. Here's our day planner. We start off dry, don't have to worry about any umbrella, but I would take it because later on in the day, we'll see about a 40% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up as the front comes through the area. Now, we're not expecting a lot of rain, maybe a half an inch in some spots. That's about it. We are expecting, though, some heavier rains for the weekend with another front coming through. We'll look at those numbers coming up in weather.
All right, Jeff. Well, this morning, 12 News investigates the punishment that child sex offenders are receiving in Jefferson County. These cases often end in plea deals, and sometimes the punishment ends up just being probation. Billy Woolley, he faced 5 charges. In April, a jury found him guilty and gave him 10 years probation for indecency with a child. This month, Woolley took a plea deal and also got 10 years probation for aggravated assault with serious bodily injury and assault family violence. So in exchange, the state dropped the rest of the charges, and 12 News reporter Ebony Coleman, she spoke to Woolley's ex-wife and one of Jefferson County's top prosecutors to learn more about how all this happened.
Instead of spending years behind bars, 50-year-old Beaumont man Billy Woolley will serve probation for 2 separate cases.
He's already been previously prosecuted and tried and convicted back several months ago for the indecency with a child. So he's already, the jury in that case gave him 10 years probation in that case.
And Woolley is not alone. According to 12 News archives, we found at least 7 other cases involving child sex crimes where the defendants all got probation. All of these within the past year.
Well, it happens all the time in the courthouse. A majority of your cases end up in a probationary period. So the probation is a legitimate tool, and sometimes we have multiple charges, but once there is an agreement on those charges, it's not unusual to dismiss the lower counts on them.
But Britt Featherston, Executive Assistant District Attorney for Jefferson County, says probation is Woolley's last chance to straighten up.
He'll have to report to probation, and he'll have to register as a sex offender. So he will be under the thumb of the courts.
That just feels like a spit in the face. How many chances do you get?
Woolley's ex-wife says her daughter is a victim of Woolley's. We're concealing her identity.
The positives are that he is, as you said, convicted. He's convicted of a child sex crime. He's on the sex offender registry. That is the reason why this kind of thing continues to happen, is because victims get tired and they give up.
Prosecutors say they have to evaluate all of the circumstances in every case, working to bring families justice.
And so we want to put the best foot forward, put the best case forward, and that involves taking into consideration the public safety and taking into consideration our victims, what they want out of the case. the witnesses and their availability, the witnesses and their either reluctance or whether they want to testify or not.
And prosecutors say that while Woolley is on probation, he will also have to serve 180 days of upfront jail time on the weekends. He must also stay 500 feet from all of the victims' home and workplaces. The 10 years probation for both cases, those are going to run concurrently. And meanwhile in Beaumont, Harmony Science Academy on Calder can keep operating, but with new rules aimed at cutting those traffic congestion problems they've been having out there. The city's Planning Commission and City Council, they approved an update to the school's permit. Now this comes after neighbors complained about those long car lines blocking driveways and the streets near the elementary campus. The school was originally approved for just 350 students, but has since grown to about 700 without an updated permit. So under the new conditions, enrollment is now capped at 700 students, and car lines, they cannot block public streets. The school is now using the old Market Basket parking lot to ease congestion. A new semi-pro baseball team coming to Southeast Texas, and there's going to be a press conference held at the Spindletop Museum in Beaumont later today, officially revealing the team's new name and logo. 12 News reporter Derek Jones, he is live from Lamar's Vincent Beck Stadium with more. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning, Mark. We're here at the Vincent Beck Stadium where the new baseball team will be playing here in the future. The new team is a part of an independent professional league, giving local talent a time to shine. Now the new team, the league has been in talks since last year, with Lamar University spearheading the idea of starting a semi-pro baseball team here in Beaumont. With this being an independent baseball team, the team is going to play against other cities in the league like Albany, Texarkana, Joplin, Missouri, and more. General manager of the new team, Mike Merrick, says this is an opportunity bringing local baseball to Beaumont's front door.
Family-friendly experience with big league entertainment, and you don't have to drive long distances to go to a sporting event. Obviously there's great football here, there's great baseball here at Lamar, but we want to be an extension to that during the summer.
Merrick says he's received a lot of feedback since the announcement back in May, with many fans saying they've been waiting for a new team. The games will be hosted here at Vincent Beck Stadium at Lamar University, and right now we don't know if there is a roster and there's no set schedule or ticket sale prices, but we're just happy to have a new baseball team here in Beaumont. Again, Spindletop will be holding a press conference at 10:30 a.m. Reporting from Vincent Beck Stadium, Derek Jones, 12 News.
All right, Derek, we'll have more on that announcement later today. Well, the night sky is putting on a big show this week, first with a meteor shower and a rare double comet encounter. Ryan Spata with our sister station in San Antonio takes us stargazing.
First, if you want to see a shooting star, look southeast. The Orionids meteor shower will peak through Wednesday, October 22nd. The shooting stars will originate from the constellation Orion.
Will be visible through the late evening because they originate from Orion. So you're looking at close to after midnight, 1 a.m.-ish, when Orion starts rising up.
Now, the main event. Two different comets will be racing across the sky. Starting with Comet Lemon, which was named after the Arizona Observatory who discovered it earlier this year, and will have a soft green glow.
About a magnitude of 4, which is visible to the naked eye, so it's relatively bright, and in fact it's going to reach its closest approach to Earth starting October 21st.
So it can be seen during the late evening just above the horizon. Look north-northwest and not too far from the Big Dipper just after sunset.
In the northern area, it's kind of like near the Big Dipper / Ursa Major constellation. Early in the evening and early in the morning, because we're now getting into the point where the Big Dipper starts going below the horizon.
Now, the second comet, Comet Swan, will be fainter, farther away, and more difficult to see.
It is going to be faint. It has a magnitude of 5/6, so it's on the little fainter side.
And depending on cloud cover or light pollution, that may obstruct the view. So find a nice dark spot.
I try to get out as far west as possible from Lake San Antonio, so that way you can get a good, nice western view of the horizon.
So the Orionids meteor shower, Comet Lemon and Comet Swan will all be visible the next few evenings and overnights, most to the naked eye, but bring binoculars or a telescope to make it easier. For Comet Swan, look southeast. For Comet Lemon, look north, and keep your eyes open for shooting stars in between. Ryan Shoptaw, KENS 5.
All right, still ahead here on 12 News Plus, the latest in the Louvre Museum heist in Paris, as officials fear that the crown jewels may soon be cut up and sold. Plus, a disturbing discovery in North Texas leads to the arrest of a mother and stepfather. Details on that coming up. Your time is now 7:40. We'll be right back.
When industry news breaks, we're on the front lines, digging into the issue.
Lamar is working to protect Power City from hackers,
Filtering out rumors and giving you the facts direct from inside sources.
ExxonMobil and lawyers for the United Steelworkers
Taking on the story from all sides.
The company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection last year.
Southeast Texas is a power city, and we're bringing the power to you. 12 News, putting Southeast Texas first.
As Texans, we have many reasons to be proud of the Lone Star State. Showing our pride by saying, "Don't mess with Texas," means we gotta step up, walk the walk. Do our part to keep Texas clean. Because after all these years, all these miles, all these traditions, for all us Texans, don't mess with Texas means don't litter.
It's hard to really come to terms with dementia. There are little things that you can't even begin to plan for that happen that you need the early diagnosis for. My mom has done so much for me. There's no way that I wouldn't do the same for her. It's so important to have the conversation with your doctor earlier because you just do not know what the future holds.
We begin with breaking news in Port Neches.
Firefighters continue attacking the flames from the air.
We're working to learn more about a police chase.
We'll give you a live look at the scene tonight. Our crew there.
A chase in Port Neches turned into a standoff.
So we're working to get you more information.
We're going to keep you updated on air and online as we learn more.
Stream extended coverage on 12 News Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.
I'm meteorologist Kerry Cooper here with another hurricane tip, evacuating correctly. If local authorities advise you to evacuate, do so immediately and without delay. Bring your emergency kit and be sure to follow evacuation routes. Do not try to take shortcuts because they may be blocked. Also, remember to eat and get enough sleep for you to deal with whatever stress that may come your way. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
It's quiet out there this morning. Matter of fact, we don't see too many clouds from our view over in Orange. Horseman's Western Store there, you can see clear skies as traffic's going along pretty smoothly. Our Roofing 911 Live Skycam network currently showing 71 degrees, humidity at 99%. Winds are out of the northwest at 7. We will see clouds gather though today, and we will see some scattered showers as we watch a cold front comes in our direction. I'll show you where the cold front is here in just a second. Let's look at our current temperatures out the door. You're looking at some mild temperatures, so not bad at all this morning. 64 is one of the cooler spots there in Kirbyville. Then we jump to 66 in Jasper, and then all the way to 68 in Woodville. And around the triangle here also upper 60s, from 69 in Beaumont and Port Arthur to 67 in Orange. Here is the front itself, now moving through Arkansas, northeastern Texas, snaking its way back through parts of West Texas. Been seeing some showers and thunderstorms out ahead of it through Arkansas, Mississippi this morning, but you notice some showers starting to build back towards the west. And as it comes through later on today, I'm thinking about a 30-40% coverage of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Not going to get a lot of rain today. Probably most areas pick up a quick 1/10, quarter of an inch, maybe some areas about a 1/2 inch. But it should push its way all the way down towards the Gulf as we head towards late this afternoon into this evening, and that'll enter rain chances for a couple of days. So there is a weather impact out there for today. It will be those chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. Like I said, maybe a 1/10 of an inch to a 1/2 inch. Not a lot of rain to be dealt with for today. And you might want to grab that 12 News app, and you want to check the radar if you're going to be out and about through the afternoon. Kind of look at that on your phone and see where the rain is. Our futurecast shows dry through the morning, and then it's really after lunch that we start to see those scattered showers and thunderstorms possibly popping up. So we'll go with that 40% coverage. You notice by the evening hours it drops down towards the coast as the front pushes out into the Gulf, and then behind that we'll see dry weather through the evening and then overnight as well. Looks pretty dry as we'll see temperatures not only in the 60s around the triangle, but we'll see 50s up towards the north. So it's going to be a little bit cooler behind the front. Out in the Caribbean, there is this disturbance right now, a 90% chance of development. It will be Melissa. Does not look like it's coming into the northwestern Gulf, so we don't have to worry about it. Mostly cloudy for later on this afternoon with temperatures in the middle to upper 80s and a 40% chance of rain. For tonight, back into the 60s and 50s, mostly clear, northeasterly winds. And then our 7-day forecast, dry Wednesday, Thursday. Then here comes our next shot of rain. Looks like Saturday for the most part, 70% coverage of rain and thunderstorms there. At that point, we could pick up maybe a couple of inches of rain on Saturday. We've got our fingers crossed for a little bit of rain there, and then we dry out late Sunday into Monday.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who are celebrating that news, especially if they've been having to water their garden or lawn here for the past few weeks.
Hopefully catch a little bit today, and then Saturday maybe 1 or 2 inches. We'll see.
Every little bit helps. Thank you, Jeff. And just a reminder, you can download our app at any time to get the latest on the weather. You can check the radar by going to the radar tab in the app. All right, some traffic alerts here in Jefferson County. Lindy has some nightly heavy hauls scheduled through Friday. First, Highway 347 near 69. That's going to be closed for about 30 minutes, sometime between 8 and 10 p.m. Then, the 69 North frontage roads, those are going to be closed each night this week from 9 to 4 a.m. This is from FM 3514 to the 69 347 connector, so plan ahead. Across Texas now, we are learning new details about a disturbing discovery in North Texas and the family at the heart of it. A 26-year-old man's body was found buried in a yard in Burleson, and his mother and stepfather now facing charges. Adriana D'Alba with our sister station in Dallas has been digging through the search warrants.
Along this Burleson street, neighbors are stunned.
It makes me sick.
Burleson police say someone the family knows asked for a welfare check for 26-year-old Jonathan Kinman, who has special needs. Neighbor surveillance video shows the moment police got to the parents' home on October 14th. The next day, they returned, and buried beneath a patch of dirt, they found a body.
Shocked.
According to search warrant documents obtained by WFAA, officers found Jonathan Kinman wrapped in a camouflage blanket in a shallow grave in the home's backyard, where he lived with his mom and stepdad.
Never, ever saw the child.
Neighbors who have lived here for decades say the couple lived there for 2 years, but say they never saw Jonathan Kinman, who police say had autism and a genetic condition that affects growth.
Oh, I didn't know they had a kid over there. Or a boy, whatever, a man.
Investigators say someone close to the family contacted police after Jonathan's parents posted online about his death. His mom told officers he died in a hospital, a story police say was false.
The conflicting information definitely led us to believe that something was not as it should be.
But according to court documents, a family friend later told police the couple had confessed that Jonathan had passed away recently and that he was buried in the backyard.
You think you know who you live next door to, and you don't.
According to the affidavit, as police searched the home, Jonathan's mom was captured on police backseat camera saying, "It was all me. That dog was going in to find him." Jonathan's uncle, Jamie Kinman, released a statement saying the family is horrified and this is a living nightmare for the Kinman family. December and Jonathan Mitchell are charged with tampering or fabricating physical evidence with intent to impair a human corpse.
As the search for answers continues, investigators tell us the autopsy results are still pending, and that means additional charges could be ahead. In Burleson, I'm Adriana D'Alba.
A new elementary school opened in Uvalde yesterday, replacing the campus where 19 students and 2 teachers were killed 3 years ago. After the tragic shooting at Robb Elementary, the building has remained empty. Now, Legacy Elementary is about 2 miles from the original site and opened to students this week. District leaders, they call it a new chapter, but admit it's a bittersweet moment. Jesse Rizzo, who lost his niece Jacqueline in the shooting, says that the opening is a reminder of a grim reality about the lives that were lost forever.
It's mixed emotions, right? Because you understand that Jackie will never get to be able to run the halls or play in the playground. But at the end of the day, you know, we know that she would be supportive, that she would want her friends to be happy.
603rd, 4th, and 5th grade students, they are now attending Legacy Elementary. 2 lawsuits are challenging Senate Bill 2420, also known as the Texas App Store Accountability Act. That act requires app stores to verify a user's age and obtain parental consent before minors can download them. If they don't, app stores, they could face legal action from the Texas Attorney General's office. Now, the lawsuits accuse the act of violating the First and 14th Amendments, arguing that they restrict access to expressive content. Across the world now, new details are emerging about security concerns at the Louvre Museum in Paris before this past weekend's historic jewelry heist. As the suspects remain on the run, experts fear that as more time goes by, the odds go up that these priceless gems will be cut up and sold. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest.
This morning, new questions about key security gaps at the Louvre as French officials scour the museum for any evidence the thieves may have left behind. A recent audit uncovered serious issues with the Louvre security, including a stunning lack of surveillance. According to the report, 60% of the rooms in the Sully Wing and 75% in the Richelieu Wing are not protected by video surveillance systems. The report also revealing the museum suffered from significant delays in the development of equipment intended to ensure the protection of works. The heist, now considered one of the most expensive art thefts in history. The French cultural minister telling ABC's James Longman it looks to be the work of a criminal organization.
Globalement, la mise aux normes.
They knew exactly where they were going, she says. It looks like something very organized and very professional. Still, the minister says they're not ruling out an inside job. Experts say that's typically the case.
We've come to the conclusion about 89 to 90% of all museum heists have some sort of insider component to them.
In less than 10 minutes, 2 of the men, disguised as construction workers, cut their way into the Apollo Gallery using power tools a few hundred yards away from the Mona Lisa and raided the jewels. 4 minutes after they entered the museum, the thieves were back on the ground, where they jumped on 2 waiting scooters and disappeared into Sunday traffic. But police say the group left behind key items, including a vest, blowtorch, gloves, along with one of the gold crowns they tried to steal. Officials now testing those items for DNA evidence.
The cultural minister is now asking that a police station be established within the museum to boost security. Officials are also investigating whether the alarm system worked properly. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
All right, when Daybreak returns here on 12 News Plus, we're going to have more news and weather in your morning rush out. Your time is now 7:52.
As tropical activity picks up in the Gulf, 12 News is your hurricane headquarters. Get prepared before a storm hits. Watch the 12 News Hurricane Special, streaming on 12 News Plus. From the must-haves in your supply kit to the evacuation routes you'll need to take, plus safety tips and how you can protect yourself from storm scammers. The 12 News Hurricane Special, keeping you prepared. Sponsored by Entergy. We power life.
No matter where we start, every mile brings us closer. And as Texans, we take care of each other along the way. We lend a hand, slow down, and take our time. At the end of the day, we all want to get home safe. Drive like a Texan. Kind, courteous, and safe.
The impact killed my dad and brother instantly. A man, after drinking excessively with his co-workers, ran a stop sign, T-boned my parents' Honda, and destroyed our family. He could have just said, hey, I'm not okay. There's Lyft, there's Uber, there's taxis. There's so many other options. Every day, someone else can be taken away.
The STEM fields are providing opportunity to be part of the developments that will shape the future, and the Army National Guard is at the forefront of the movement. Soldiers can serve part-time and choose from dozens of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics jobs working with cutting-edge technology and innovations. And the skills and experience they receive can open doors for them to civilian careers in the STEM world. Join a team that is taking the lead in STEM by talking to a local recruiter or by going to nationalguard.com/careers.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Patrick Vaughn, here with some hurricane tips for protecting yourself against flooding. Take shelter in a designated storm shelter or an interior room and stay away from glass windows of doors. And if flooding begins, move to higher ground immediately. Never walk, swim, or drive through floodwaters. Remember, turn around, don't drown. For more hurricane tips, go to 12newsnow.com/hurricane.
Sponsored by Entergy.
Welcome back to Daybreak, 7:55 right now, and that means it's time for your morning rush out. Here's everything you need to know to start your day. Port Arthur police, they are trying to figure out what led to a shooting last night in the 3800 block of 15th Street. This all happened around 7:30 p.m. They found the victim a block away on Gulfway Drive, and investigators telling us that he was taken to St. Elizabeth, but no word yet on suspects or motive. Longtime Sour Lake Mayor Bruce Robinson announced his resignation earlier this month, and tonight the City Council has a loaded agenda for its 6 p.m. meeting. There are several discussions mentioned on that agenda, from appointing a new mayor and alderman to possibly nominating and appointing a mayor pro tem. Of course, we'll keep you updated on that. And there's also going to be a press conference today to announce details on Beaumont's new semi-pro baseball team. The games will be hosted at Lamar University, and right now there's no set schedule, roster, or ticket prices, but that press conference is scheduled for 10 a.m. at the Spindletop Museum, where we'll learn more about the new team's name and logo.
It's dry out there right now, but we are expecting some rain today. We'll go 40% coverage of some scattered showers out there for during the afternoon hours and maybe heading into the early part of the evening, but shouldn't stick around all evening. And then Wednesday, Thursday will dry out a little bit. Wednesday looks great, 81 for a high with some sunny skies out there. Now another shot of rain comes in on Saturday. That's good 70% coverage of rain and thunderstorms. More rain on Saturday, maybe a couple of inches of rain as cold front pushes through there.
Definitely some of the best weather I've had, well, at least since it got really hot, that's for sure. All right, thanks so much for watching Daybreak here on 12 News Plus. I'm going to be back at midday at 11.
Have a great day, everybody.